What is up, everybody? We have Game 5 between the Thunder and the Timberwolves and what potentially could be the final game of the Western Conference Finals tonight. In this video, I'll be sharing my top bets for this game tonight. But before I get into the plays, I want to remind everybody to join the free Discord server. The link to join is in the description below. And also, remember to subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you do not miss a video the next time that I post one. So the lines tonight, they are pretty difficult. They're pretty sharp. I'll be quite frank with you. It was not easy finding some of these plays. Maybe some more value will open up later in the day, but I doubt it. They are pricing these games really well now, now that we have a 5-game sample size or so on both these series. The lines are going to get very tight and the edges are going to be very small, but there are a few plays I want to talk about in this video here. I have 4, and I'll just go right into it. So the first one I want to talk about is Anthony Edwards under 40.5 PRA. So it's a do-or-die game for the Timberwolves today, but the Thunder, they're really shutting him down. He had those couple games where he had 32 points and 30 points going over his PRA, with 47 and 45. But those other 2 games, he had 26 and 30 PRA. I'm looking at the full head-to-head history here between Anthony Edwards and the Thunder over the last 2 years. He's gone under in 9 out of 12 games, averaging only 35.6 PRA in this sample size. I do want to take a look at the rebounds and assist prop too, because you could go with this one. It might be a little bit more safe because there are the explosion games for Edwards where he does go off for 30 points. And quite frankly, if he gets 30 points, he's probably going over his PRA, but it is possible that he goes under his rebounds and assists. So same trend here. The head-to-head's not as strong, only 6 out of 12 games going over on the rebounds and assists. I will look at his under, actually. But on the full season, he's gone under this number in 70 out of 93 games, 10.8 as an average. And if I even go to away games, it goes to 34 out of 47 games. So pretty solid season-long prop for Anthony Edwards. You can either go with under on his 40.5 PRA, or you can go under with the 12.5 rebounds and assists. I'll be mixing and matching them on my slips on PrizePicks and Underdog tonight. Next play, Alex Caruso, under 14.5 PRA. He played 33 minutes last game, but he still ended up with only 13 PRA, and he shot pretty well from the floor. He shot 4 of 7 from the floor last game, which did give him 9 points, which is around what he's been getting lately. But if I'm looking at the full season here, he's gone under in 24 out of 36 home games this year. It's just a full trend that I want to follow. He's probably going to get the minutes, but like I said, he had 33 minutes last game, and he still didn't hit this number. So it really doesn't matter how many minutes he's going to get. There is still a high probability of him going under his PRA, unless he comes out and hits like 3 threes or something, but I think that's very unlikely tonight. Now, the third play and the fourth play I'm going to talk about, they are mainly PrizePicks and Underdog Fantasy specific. As you guys know, I love the first half props, and those 2 books seem to be the only ones who offer the first half props for now. Hopefully one day we can get the major books posting these lines, but since they don't, these lines are very soft on PrizePicks and Underdog. So the first play is SGA under 16.5 first half points. He's gone under in 29 out of 45 games this season with Chet Holmgren active, and he's also gone under in 6 out of 8 playoff games when Chet Holmgren is playing as well. Just a solid prop all around. He could score, a big amount of points. He could go over that 32.5 number that I've been on for the full game, pretty much the entire season. I'm going to ignore that one today and only go with the first half under points on Shy. And the final play is Isaiah Hartenstein over 8.5 first half points, rebounds, and assists. I really don't know why this line is so low. I don't know if they're expecting him to fall out of the rotation or something, if there's a hidden injury we don't know about. I'm really not too sure. But we're getting this number at 8.5, and he's gone over this number in 86% of games this season and 12 out of 15 playoff games. So I don't really know why this number's so low. It might be a trap. He might be falling out of the rotation a bit, but he did only get 10 minutes in the first half last game, but he still almost got over this number anyways. He still had 8 PRA. So it's possible that he only gets 11, 12 minutes, maybe even 10 minutes in the first half, but it is possible for him to go over this number. He has before with less than 10 minutes in the first half, and it's really not asking for much. It's, just 8 first half PRA. That's a couple points, maybe 4 or 5 rebounds, and maybe an assist. We're not looking for too much here. Just a quick recap of all the plays for today. We've got SGA under 16.5 first half points, Isaiah Hartenstein over 8.5 first half PRA, Anthony Edwards under 40.5 PRA, and Alex Caruso under 14.5 PRA. Best of luck on your plays tonight, and look forward to seeing your post in the Discord later on today.